Hello everyone, my name is Ms. Ghazala Ansari and today I'll be talking about my project in the subject Educational Research and Scientific Method on steps of preparing a research tool, basically dealing with validity of the tool. So in educational and social sciences research, the accuracy and usefulness of findings depend heavily on the research tool used to collect data. So, a well prepared and well researched tool ensures that the information gathered is accurate, relevant, and trustworthy. Through this presentation, I'll explain what a research tool is, the meaning, the importance of validity, and finally the systematic steps which are involved in preparing a research tool with a strong focus on ensuring validity. Slide one deals with introduction to research tool. So in any field, whether education or psychology or social sciences, researchers need variable and reliable data to answer their research questions. So a research tool is the mean through which the data is collected. So it acts as a bridge between researcher and the participants, allowing for systematic measurement of variables. So examples, if we talk about the research tools that can be used for data analysis is questionnaires, tests, interview schedules, or observation checklists. So the effectiveness of a research study depends on how well the tools are designed, selected, and validated. Preparing a good research tool is not just a formality, it is a scientific process that demands careful planning and precision. Slide 2 deals with meaning of research tool again, which is if you talk about a research tool, it can be defined as any instrument or device used to systematically collect, measure, and analyze the data. So it ensures that the data which is gathered is a structured and unbiased and it is presented in an organized way. So if you talk about different definitions which are given by different experts, you have these. And definitions coming from Best and Kahn in 2006, who defines a research tool as an instrument used to obtain data about a phenomenon, subject, or process under investigation. Even Kerlinger in 1973 defined it as a device for obtaining data of interest to the investigator. Van Dalen in 1979 stated that a research tool is the means for collecting data or evidence which the researchers test hypotheses or answers the research questions. So in short, a research tool is how we collect the data and facts to verify the refute or our hypothesis. Now we come on to the key characteristics. So if you talk about the key characteristics of presenting a good research tool is the data, it should be very systematic. So the very first one is systematic data collection. So it must organize the data gathering logically and comprehensively. The second is to the data should be valid, so it should measure exactly what it is intended to measure, nothing more or nothing less. And then it should be reliable, so there should be a reliability. It should yield consistent results when repeated under similar conditions. And then it should be very appropriate. So appropriateness is the next characteristic, wherein the tool should match the nature of the problem and the kind of the data required. So together these features ensure that the research process remains accurate, consistent, and meaningful. We have discussed the definitions. We come on to purpose and importances of a research tool. If we talk about purpose and research, purpose of a research tool, the purpose of a research tool is to gather valid and reliable data to answer different questions or test hypotheses. So an effective tool should ensure accuracy and objectivity. There should be an accurate data which gives you consistent results, and there should be a proper objective based research tool, and then it should allow generalization of results, and it should strengthen the credibility of the entire study. So if a research tool is poorly designed, even after a strong research design may fail. So hence preparing a validating tool is core foundation of good research. Now we come on to what is actually validity. So, introduction to validity. In research, validity refers to the degree of which the tool measures what it claims to measure. So, it ensures that the data truly reflects the concept of variable which is being studied. For example, if you are studying students' attitude towards mathematics, a valid tool will measure attitude, not the intelligence or the memory. So, if you talk about Garrett in 1981. He came up with a definition saying that a test is valid if it measures what it actually purports to measure. Kallinger in 1973 said validity refers to the truthfulness of the data, the extent to which an experiment measures what it claims to measure, and so validity is like the soul of a research tool. Without it, even reliable data is meaningless. So you have different definitions given on the slide also. I've discussed two or three of them. We come on to the importances of validity in research. So the very first one is that if your tool is validity, if you talk about validity, its importances can be summarized together. The very first one is that it ensures accuracy. So validity guarantees that the instrument yields true and meaningful data. The second one is that it establishes credibility, that research findings derived from a valid tool are not very trustworthy, are more trustworthy and scientifically accepted. But the next one is that it guides the decision-making process, especially in education and policy. Research valid results enable informed and evidence-based decisions. It also enables generalization. So, a valid tool ensures that the findings can be applied to larger populations, and it also enhances scientific rigor, which is it upholds the overall quality and precision of the research process. So, in short, if you sum this up all together, validity transforms the data into dependable knowledge. Next, we come on to what are the different steps in preparing a research tool. So, the very first step in preparing a research tool is that it should define the objectives of the study as to on what basis or what is the purpose of the study, how you are going to move with the procedure. So, it should have a proper objective. So, the researcher must know how exactly where the study is, why the study is being conducted, and what variables are used to be measured. For example, if the objective of the study is the effect of teaching methods on student achievement, the tool must measure the achievement, not the motivation or interest. So, a clear objective ensures alignment between research questions, hypothesis, and the tool, which strengthens the validity right from the start. The second one is to identify the construct or variable to be measured. So, the second step is to identify and define and construct, that is, the concept being measured. For instance, attitude towards mathematics must be operationally defined. What does a positive attitude or negative attitude mean? Operational definitions help create measure indicators which form the basis of construct validity. The next is select the type of tool. So next, the researcher chooses the type of tool best suited for the study, such as a questionnaire or in interview schedule, rating scale, achievement test, or observation form. This choice depends on the kind of data required, qualitative or quantitative. Selecting the correct tool ensures content validity, meaning tool fits the research purpose perfectly. Next is the fourth step, which is content, plan content, and construct the items. So once the tool type is chosen, the next step is to plan the content and construct items. The researcher should review existing literature, cover all the aspects of the variable, and write clear, unbiased, and relevant items. A blueprint or table of specification is often used to ensure balanced presentation of all content areas, a strong indicator of content validity. Next, we come on to expert review and validity, which is step 5. So, the draft tool should then be submitted to subject experts for evaluation. Experts examine the content, clarity, language, and relevance of items. Their suggestion helps remove ambiguity and ensure that the tool genuinely measures what it is supposed to. So, this step strengthens the both the face validity and it appears valid, and content validity, that it is truly valid. The next step is pilot test and refine. So, after expert validation, the tool must undergo pilot testing on a small representative group from the target population. So, this step helps identify unclear items, assess time limits, and evaluate the initial reliability and validity of the tool. Based on the feedback, necessary corrections are made before a large scale use. The next step, which is item analysis. So, following the pilot testing, item analysis is conducting using statistical techniques. Each item is evaluated for its difficulty level, discrimination power, and correlation with total scores. Poorly performing items are modified or eliminated. This process ensures that only the best, most valid items remains in the final tool. The last one is finalization of the tool, not the actual last one, the second last one. After refining the items, the tool is finalized. The final version includes clear instructions for administration and scoring, well organized layout, and defined process options or scoring keys. A finalized tool must be both user friendly and scientifically scientifically sound. Next, we come on to the next step, which is step number 9. Establish statistical validity. Finally, statistical methods are used to verify the tool's validity. So this can include criterion validity, which is comparing the tool's results with an already validated instrument. The next is construct validity, which is using factor analysis to check whether items group correctly. And the next one is content validity using experts' judgment scores. So these validations provide quantitative proof of the tool's accuracy. Next, we move on to the conclusion of the whole research process as to what it is taught us by creating a valid research tool. Validity is not just a technical aspect of the research, it is the foundation of trust and specific scientific rigor. A valid research tool ensures So, to conclude, validity is not just a technical aspect of research, it is the foundation of trust and scientific rigor. A valid research tool ensures that the findings truly reflect reality, making the study incredible, meaningful, and generalizable. Developing such a tool requires careful planning, expert consultation, pilot testing, and statistical validation. But the result is worth it, reliable and truthful data that advances knowledge. As researchers, our ultimate goal is to ensure that our instruments reflect truth, precision, and academic excellence. So, with this, I come to an end of my project and I conclude. Thank you so much, teachers.